1. Hey everyone, welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. Thanks for jumping back onto this one. I know there was a little glitch there on the previous one, and I just had to go in and make a change there. So welcome back. Sorry about that. You know, there's always tech glitches on things like this. I'm just going into the phone here to make sure we are live and ready to go. So are we good? Are we good? I think we are. Perfect. So when it comes to today's episode, we're going to just a quick recap for those who are joining, because this is going to be for replay viewers as well. If this is your first time joining, welcome. Hey guys, hey Brittany, welcome. I'm just going to do a quick intro real quick. That way those who are tuning in for the first time know. So here is the pinned post for you guys, for whoever is new. And here's a good thing for you guys to note while I'm doing this, is that when you are actually restarting your broadcast, if anything happens and you have to restart your broadcast, you want to make sure that you try to go through and actually reintroduce yourself, kind of like I just did there. It's kind of a quick one because I'm trying to get you guys back up to speed here. But realize that when you restart, I am live, perfect, awesome. When you do restart a broadcast, because that can happen often because, you know, Facebook glitches with the software, anything like that, you want to keep in mind that, it looks like there's still a little delay. You want to keep in mind that you want to reintroduce everyone because they're going to catch the replay. Remember, like you leave this up and they'll catch the replay. So keep that in mind. So real quick, we're going to talk about random news. This is a business talk show. We talk about business tech and the user experience. And we're going to do random news first, where I was talking a few minutes ago about, and then we will jump into today's content, which is the 3 websites that you need, like the only 3 besides mine that you'll need. So keep that in mind. Let's go back to, we were talking about magazine covers and how they're just so, they were so like in your face, and they still are depending on where you go. And the thing with magazine covers, I don't know if you guys know this, but magazine covers, most, if not all, I don't want to generalize because I'm sure there's some that are not. So I'm going to say most magazine covers are photoshopped. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean when somebody says they're photoshopped? Like, that means that they're not real, right? They're one of those things that it allows you to see something that you think you notice, but it's not their real bodies most of the time, especially if you see like men's health, women's health, all of those, and I'm pretty sure they're all, I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure most are there. Hey, Whitney, no, you're just in time. Perfect. So when it comes to magazine covers, this is part of random news for everyone just jumping in, and then we'll talk about the 3 websites you need besides mine for today's topic. So part of random news is this magazine cover that I'm going to show you. It's a Cosmopolitan issue that was out in the Philippines. Now, the reason I'm bringing it up is because it's a good reminder that people want real. Like, they want real. We want real. That's why live video is so popular right now. That's why people love reality shows, even if it's scripted. I know there's reality shows are scripted. I know that. But it's that idea of being in the life of someone else, seeing what's going on, right? Like it's almost, I don't know if you would say fantasy, but you know, you kind of dream a little bit, even if you don't want to be, you know, part of the Kardashians or whatever you guys are watching these days. I don't have TV for that part, and I don't really watch, I don't think I have any reality shows I ever watched. But anyway, so I'm going to show the screen because I'm on my computer for those who are new. I'm going to flip over to my other desktop here to show you guys what came up with this magazine cover. And I think it's really important. The reason why, I mean, conversation's worth having, right? The reason why is because as a business owner or soon-to-be business owner, you have to realize that there's a shift that's happened, and people want real. They want genuine. They want to know what's really going on. And so when you start to, you know, Photoshop things and start really making things like look too perfect, people are going to see it instantly and they're going to reject it. And in this case, even the models for this cover rejected it, and they wanted to show you. So let me flip over and show you what I'm talking about here. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Awesome. Okay. So here is an article about these two women who appeared on a Cosmopolitan cover in the Philippines. And this is her Instagram story, it looks like. I'm going to say Instagram. Here's her Instagram story, where she put, "This is me," from her February photo shoot. Notice the waist here. This is what she looked like. And then she pointed out, this is how my waist was photoshopped. Can you tell the difference? There's the Photoshop, which does look a little awkward there. When you look at it, you're kind of like, what is going on there? There's the natural. Like, there's a huge difference, and people can tell. And I mean, I don't know, to be honest, this looks way better than this does to me. So yeah, right, Brittany, it's weird. Now, here's the other thing. Here's the other star that appeared on this. Here is what they did with the cover. Here's what she looked like. Is that the one? She looked like that. This is, cover for the photo shoot there. And then this is there. This is how her waist was photoshopped. Like, you know, it's very weird. And I will tell you, from being a photographer, for those who don't know, I do photography on the side a little bit. And I have always been, it wasn't even a good Photoshop, Whitney says. Yeah, yep, they do that a lot, unfortunately. Yeah, Erica, it's very disappointing that, that unfortunately a lot of our magazine covers are Photoshopped. I will say that being a photographer, I don't like Photoshop. I mean, I've always been the type, and then I'm going to come down to their story in a second. I've always been the type for when it comes to photography, because here's the thing, you guys, I've never actually taken a photography class. When I was in school, the art classes, which included photography, were all like 3 hours long, and I had no time for that because I was going to class and I was working 2 part-time jobs while building my businesses. So like there was no time for a 3-hour class. I couldn't do it. But I picked up a photojournalism class and learned how to use a camera, and that was where it took me from there, and I went to go ahead and build my portfolio and take photos. Long story short, photography on the side, right? So, hey Teresa, we're just jumping in. We had a little tech issue earlier. So when it comes to photoshopping, if I did just a senior portrait or weddings or whatever, I tell people all the time, like, I'm not going to sit there and Photoshop. Like, I'm not going to make you look like somebody else. Like, I might fix, like, if you had the biggest zit on your face the day of your wedding, I'm going to go in there the best I can to, like, blotch it up a little bit so it looks like your skin and not the big old pimple. But I'm not going to go in there and, like, curve your face in a little bit and maybe, like, do something with your forehead. I don't know. That's not me. Like, and I love natural light. Like, what you're seeing right now is natural light coming in from the window. I don't like shooting indoors because the lighting is hard to work with, and then there's a lot of work that you have to do in the Photoshop. So for me, I'm all about getting it right the first time and really just in that moment. And if anything, I'll bring up the levels, the contrast levels and stuff, so that way it just pops a little bit more to bring in that color. But other than that, that's it. So when I see these things, and I'm going to turn back over there for you guys. So when I see, like, all of these Photoshop things happening, it's like, really, like, it's just weird. But I appreciate that these women are going out there and telling people that this has happened, and that here's the cool message. Here's where it gets really good, because they're pretty high profile women, but they talk about how they've worked incredibly hard to feel confident and comfortable in their bodies that they have. So they're sending a message not only to themselves, but to the rest of the world, like, hey, it's hard enough, and we're now confident and comfortable with what we have. So why aren't we showing it? Why can't we see that out publicly? You know, and then they go on to talk about it more here and being, you know, editing process is a perfect example of the obstacles we have yet to overcome. So it's just really interesting to see that, and then to also have people share that and share that inside perspective, right? Chrissy, nice. Okay, perfect. She's using her business name there. So that's the stuff that you want to remember whenever you're creating your content for your business. You want to see, you know, what is it that you're creating? What is it that you're thinking that you should be putting out there? Like in this case, there should be a perfect, like really eye-catching, you know, I don't know, hourglass body figure. But if that's not them, they're going to know. People are going to know, right? Like they're going to see you out on the street and be like, yeah, you didn't look like the cover. Like it's just weird. So really think about that. And that's why going live is so important, because people get to see you. They get to work with you, even if they haven't hired you yet. You know, a lot of you may never hire me to work with you, but you still show up because you know me. You know that when you do need somebody, you can come to me. And it's the same for anybody else that you follow, right? Like that's the beauty of live video, is that you get to know me more personal level, right? We may not be in the same city, town, street, wherever, side of the country, right? But you get to know, like, and trust me because we show up and we deliver and we engage, right? That's the big ones. I'm just looking at the comments real quick. They're hired for the way they look, but it's still not good enough. Right, Paula? Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, you guys? When you think about that, what Paula just said, that these guys, I say these guys, women and men, get hired because they have the look, but it never really goes all the way through. Isn't it odd? It's like you have the look, but it didn't make the cut. We want it to be better. So you're a good starting point. I don't know. That is weird. I've never thought of it that way, I guess. Perfect. People want to see the real you. Exactly. People do. And that's why you guys have to start getting comfortable with live video. I know it's hard. I've been there, done that. You guys, I went live for a client today, and I still got, you know, sweaty pits, and I still felt nervous beforehand because it wasn't my show. It was me talking about other things, which was fine. It was fun. It was great. But I want you to know, like, it still happens no matter how long you've been going live or not. You still will get those nerves. You'll still get those butterflies. You'll still get those sweats. Like, you just have to know that and be okay with it, and then just go forward and keep it moving, because it's really going to change your business, and it's really going to grow your relationships. Because remember, you're not worried about the sale today. You're worried about building the relationship over time, because that sale will come in its time. Like that, don't worry about that. You know, like that's how I was number one in sales back at the 9-to-5 for the entire year with 1.7 mil out the door. Like nobody came close. And it wasn't because I was trying to hustle people. It was because I was showing up, I was delivering value, and I was about the relationship, not that sale for the day. So just keep that in mind. Perfect. Okay, so we talked about random news, which is the covers, and getting that out there. So now we're going to jump in to, it does take time, right, Chrissy? It takes a lot of time. And you guys will feel, let me just be honest with you, you will feel, and even if you're watching the replay, you can agree with me on this one if you like. I know you're not going to disagree because we're all going to feel this way. But it will feel like you are at least 5 to 10 steps behind everybody else when you're really trying to just move forward. You're going to come up with the idea. You're going to want to run with it. You're like, yes, we're moving. And now we're paused. And I feel like I'm paused for days when really it's only been hours. I feel like I've been paused for months when really it's only been days. Like, you know what I mean? Like that is what happens, especially when you do this full time. It will feel like that. But I promise you, the more you keep moving forward And the more you do your research and connect with people, the easier it's going to be. And then you kind of forget that how much time has gone by, and then you're like, oh, it really didn't take that long. I mean, it did, but you're going to feel different, right? So keep that in mind for what you're doing. I've done a few lives, things go wrong, but I have to go with it. Yeah, Teresa, exactly. That's the thing. That's the beauty of it, right? And then again, watch your replays. You know, we talked about this a couple days ago when we had Vicky on. Like Vicky, one of our UK viewers, killed it on here. If you guys want to become a guest, not now, but later, you can go to edtalktv.com and fill out the guest request. I'd love to have you guys on the show. But Vicky did an awesome job, and she was like, oh, I don't know about my lives. Like, I don't know if live is good, you know, like I'm still working on it. And I was like, after her first one, I was like, you're coming on the show. Like, fill out the guest request. And I waited and waited because I was like, where are you? Then she finally filled it out and then came on the thing and on the show. And then I told her, listen, watch this replay afterwards. You're going to tell yourself, Vicky, you killed it. You did a great job. Guess what? She did. She did. She watched the replay and she even impressed herself. So that's what you guys need to be doing. Practice. Just practice and keep doing it. Chrissy says, yeah, I always watch my lives back and I learn so much from them. You really do. You really do. And again, you guys, you don't have to, maybe let me ask you this. How many, well, I'm not even going to say how many. Even if you're watching the replay, what is at least one thing that holds you back from going live? Even if you're going live now, there's probably still one thing that kind of makes you still like, ugh, I don't know if I want to hit that button. Like, let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, because it would be interesting to see what's holding you back from going live. And just be honest, we're all friends here. It's all good. Teresa got here because of Vicky. Yep, see? And that's the thing, you guys. When you comment, we saw on yesterday's show, if you missed it, you can check it out later at edtalktv.com. But we talked about yesterday SEO, search engine optimization, and we talked about how you could look yourself up, how you can Google yourself, see your different profiles online. And we also talked about how the magic really does happen in the comments. I tell you all the time. And by commenting, just dropping your comments right in here, like you're doing right now, even if you're watching the replay, that says something. You're putting yourself out there, not just for me, but my audience and for Google. We saw yesterday, several of you have commented and it's shown up in Google searches. When you search for your name, it's attached to Ed Troxel. That's me, this guy. Why? Because I post this on my blog. Therefore, it picks up on Google. And then Google's like, oh, cool, so-and-so is hanging out with Ed. And Ed's got some content that's fresh on his blog. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. And then there you go. There's your SEO juice. And there's your SEO love, right? So there it is. I'm looking at these comments. You guys are doing great. I love this. Just real quick, a couple of these comments. Bad hair day and nerves. Yeah, hair is a big one, I think, for a lot of people. Not sure, not so much on Facebook, but trolls. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, Whitney. Yeah, Whitney had talked about trolls there. Not knowing what to say. I sometimes don't know what I'm going to talk about until the minutes before I hit start. Yeah, and that will happen, right, Erica? You guys, sometimes, I'll be honest, today, every day I think about, okay, which topic should I talk about today? Where am I going to go with this? Do I have this or that ready? And today I kind of kept pushing it off until probably about 3:30, I think. And then I was like, oh, crap, I really need to like figure this out because I don't want to be stressed and like going on 5 minutes before with a topic. Like I want to know beforehand. And so then I went through my notes. And I don't know, do you guys do this? Like, let me know. But do you make notes on possible topics? Because that's a thing. Like, that's what I do. That's where this episode came from, is my notes from before, from the past, right? And so keep that in mind that there are ways for you to kind of dive into content without having to make it up every 5 seconds, right? Like repurpose and go through things. Paula says, not sure if I have enough content to discuss. Oh, Paula, you got content. You have content. We all have content. We all have content. Even if it's only for 2 minutes. Even if it's only for 30 seconds. The fact that you hit that start button, that's huge. And just say hello. That's all you have to do. Just say hello. Of course, you want to go longer, but you don't have to. It's just baby steps, right? And we all have content. Chrissy says, I'm okay with lives now, but it used to be what everyone else may think of me. Yeah, and Chrissy, yeah, definitely has gotten really good with lives because she does it a lot. And it's actually addicting. I mean, obviously, you guys show up 5 days a week. That's part of the addiction, right? I am addicted to live too because here I am 5 days a week. It's nuts. Janelle, not sure what equipment to buy, video editing tools, etc. Oh, that's a good one because that will hold people back. Later, check out edtalktv.com. I have a list of the tools and resources that I use. You're going to notice that there's not a whole lot, and I'm going to tell you guys all right now, you can just start with this guy. This is your phone. It's all you have to worry about. Everything else can be taken care of later when you want to, splurge a little. Literally, that's all you need. That's it. Perfect. Okay, cool. So you guys are awesome. I do for group lives as they are topics, but not for my page. Oh, nice. Okay, Chrissy. So there's a thing. You could take some of those group topics and see if they apply to your page. See, you guys get so much good stuff over here. I love it. A creative mind is always making notes and lists. Ooh. Hashtag EdTalkTV. That quote. I like that. Yep, she is addicted to. Yeah, I love hanging out in my group. Yeah, Chrissy does have a great group. So, perfect. Okay, cool. So, 3 websites that are pretty much the only ones you need to know. Now, let me ask, because I have to ask you before I give you all the goods. Do you have any idea what one of these 3 websites may be? Can any of you guys guess? Even if you're watching the replay, no peeking at the comments. Still drop your comment because it counts. Every comment counts. But what do you think one of the 3 websites are? I'm going to look at Chrissy's comment here for a second. Since I've become more visible, I'm getting so many good things happen. Yeah, Chrissy is blowing up. She's blowing up, you guys, all from going live. Well, she does a lot of hard work too, and going live is hard work, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, she's so many good things happen. TV is coming up for her. Nice. And a journalist contacted me today. Yep, exactly. Yeah, that is awesome. I'm so excited for you. So excited. And that's the thing. Yeah, you like that? I have to update this mug. It's a little outdated already, but yeah, that's my mug. Thanks, Chrissy. Yeah, you've been awesome. I love your participation in the group and everything. It's awesome. So, one of 3 websites. Do you have any guesses? I will tell you that they're pretty big. You could probably guess at least one of them. I will also tell you that it's not Facebook. It's not Facebook. Thank you. Yeah, those are my colors, blue and white with black. So let's go ahead. Oh, we have one coming in. Amazon. That's a good guess. That's a good first guess. Erica says Google. We're gonna just pop that up on the screen here. Look, see, when you guys comment live and I'm on my computer, we can pop on comments here. So we got Amazon, we got Google. Anybody else want to take a shot? Even if you're watching the replay, I can't post your comment on the replay, but I can follow up in the comments, which is the after party. So Amazon, Google, those are good guesses. We have one more. I want to see if you guys can guess what the other one is while I get my screens all prepared here for you. And then we'll jump into these ones. Facebook is a good one, Lisa. And I will say Facebook, you can find a lot on Facebook. It's not one of the 3 we're going to cover today, but Facebook is a good resource. I don't want to discredit that. I want you guys to know that you can find a lot just with Facebook. It's almost like one of these other ones, right? It's almost, I mean, they're almost in competition with each other. So let's take a look at my screen. We're going to flip over here and we are going to switch over. So take a look there. Here is our first of the websites. Here's our first website we're going to cover. So Google. Now, that seems pretty obvious, right? Because Google is a search engine. There's so many other search engines that are out there, but Google has dominated the web. And so that is why they're number one on this list of your top 3 websites that you'll ever need. Because literally all Google is this little search bar that brings up the world for you, right? Like that's literally all it is. I don't even know if it will let me just see that bar. There we go. So look at, this is Google's website, you guys. Like look how clean and to the point it is. Yeah, Erica, you do win a prize. Congratulations! Here's a virtual hug. Boop! I don't know, there's a boop. So yeah, and you can pick up the prize at the window. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's Friday, you guys. We got to have a little laugh there. And we were talking about laughing at ourselves the other day, and I know that Erica's a comedian and or likes to joke around. So there you go. See, by the way, this is Ed with limited sleep. So, you know, I'm just going to put that warning out there. I should have put a disclaimer at the beginning. You just don't know what you're going to get because I'm deprived of some sleep. Erica, you are hilarious. Lame, I want a refund. Well, I can't take a virtual hug back. So, well, actually, that's funny. If you think about it, you could take a virtual hug back because if Erica wanted to give me a virtual hug, then I would get it back. I don't know. See, I told you guys. Hey, Mickey, welcome to the party. Of course, you're just in time for Loopy Ed. It is lame, Erica. Oh, Sleepy Ed. Oh, yeah, Mickey, you have no idea. No idea. So, okay, Google is the first one on our list here. And so look at how clean and to the point this website is. And I'm going to stress this just a little bit because I'm also doing some, I'm playing around with one of my websites. And so I just like telling you guys about clean design. When you think about Google and you think about the power this one search bar here has, is amazing. Like this is what you come to Google for, right? But also realize that they have their about, they have a store, they have the other options available from Gmail to images to click on here and boom, there's all these other things, YouTube and all these other places. So when you look at your website and you think, okay, I have all these things to offer, and of course I'm telling you, but I'm also telling myself this, okay? This is bonus points for why you tune in. So when you look at your website and you look at all the things you offer, at times you're going to throw everything in the world on your website because you're in that moment, you're excited, you pop things on, you're like, awesome, this is great, this is what people want, done deal, it's on the website. Then, if you're like me, you're going to constantly look at your website and think, how can this be easier? Night, Teresa, have a great night. How can this be easier for my visitors, my users? How can I get them to take the steps that I want, right? How do I get them to the call to action? That's CTR. Wait, no, not CTR. See? CTA, call to action. So you really have to think about that. And just pausing for a second to really just point that out here on the page is huge. Look, they got their privacy, their terms, and their settings down below. Advertising and business is over here. So think about this next time when you're looking at your website. I don't know, has that ever occurred to you guys? Have you ever really paused for a second and looked at the way Google has laid this out when you go to google.com? Now let me ask you a follow-up question. Do you ever go to google.com where you see this page, Or are you just going up to your browser here and just typing in your search? Because I will tell you, the fact that this is an option, this is where I usually go. So that's why it's been a long time, even for me, to look at this page and see how my brain works. Literally, we came to this page and boom, instantly I knew that there was a clean layout here that I needed to share with you guys. So that's how my brain works. And that's how we move through, right? These different segments within the episode, I guess you could say. It's just pointing that out because that's really important to know. Yes, I hardly ever see that page. I almost forget about yeah, we do, right? We forget that that Google itself has a website, a page that you can go to, which we're looking at right now. And it's very interesting. Like my mind's blown because I don't go to this page anymore. But look how simple everything is. Everything you need is here. But this is the call to action. This is what's going to open up the world to you. So it's a good thing to point out. I go to the Google box. Yeah, exactly, right, Mickey? We all have those shortcuts now. So we forget that there's an actual homepage of Google. So anyway, this is the first one up. So basically you can search for whatever you need to here. And if you remember from yesterday, we did a quick search here and we put the the quotes because that gives us more of a exact phrase. It searches for that exact phrase. So that's just a real quick recap from yesterday. Now, we're going to take a look at number 2. Let me just see what the comments. I wonder if that's why they put those cool graphics and animations on it to remind us about it. That is a good point. So you guys, Erica's comment here, I'm going to throw it up on the screen. She's wondering, because you've probably seen this, Google will do fun little things here for the graphics. April Fool's Day, they switch these out often. And then you'll see it pop up in social media news or elsewhere. And so that could be a reason to get them back to this. What I would be curious about, and this is just me being a web guy, is I'm curious how much traffic they get to this page. Meaning, I wonder how they work their traffic numbers, because this is just like your homepage, just like your website, right? You want to see how many people are coming to this page versus using a search bar or something. And I know they have analytics for all that stuff, but it would be interesting to see the numbers of how many people visit this exact page versus just typing it into the bar. That would be interesting. I don't have those numbers. Feel free, if you Google that later, you can let us know. So, number 2 on our list. Dun, 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 dun. It's Amazon. Now, why is Amazon on this list? Why is Amazon like the number 2 only website that you need to have? By the way, this is a private search window, so none of these are my recommendations. This is all random stuff showing up on Amazon. But why do you think Amazon is there? Now, while you do that, I'm going to get a quote out of my book that I'm reading, and I'm going to share this with you. Yes, Chrissy, you do win a prize. You win a prize worth all of my love for the weekend. That probably doesn't even make sense, but there you go. Because they run the world. Yes, Whitney, exactly. Sorry, Chrissy, all you get is... You guys are making my day. I love it. You guys are good because I'm not with my quick but not so quick comebacks today. So I love it. We're good. So anyway, Amazon, only for the weekend. Well, Whitney, we got to go day by day here. And since Monday is a new day where we are all together, you got to earn my love again. That's just how it is. And actually, Chrissy's in my check with Ed, so she actually does get it all weekend and all week. There you go. So out of my book, which is called The Four, it's a new one that I'm reading, which is taking me forever because I'm really analyzing this. Amazon is on here, on this list, because, and I'm going to have this quote, I don't know, so the book was, I'm just looking it up here, the book was, well, you know what, because I want to give you something more interesting to look at. Thanks, Chrissy, I'm glad. See, I want to give you something more interesting to look at. So this is the book, The Four, dun, 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 dun. And I'm just going to look, because it doesn't say when that number showed up that I'm about to tell you, but I wanted to see when. Okay, so this was 2017. This book was written in 2017. The page here says, where people start product searches. 55% start on Amazon. More than 50%. Yeah, well, because it's 55. Sorry, I'm like reading the text below it. So, you guys, like that right there, look at that. Boom. That's where it's at. 55%. Look at Google. I can't stretch over there, but Google is at 28%. 16% is retailers and others. 1% is the brand website. Isn't that nuts? The brand website, 1%. That's crazy. So when you think about that, you're like, okay. So, and when you think about buying something, like, I don't know, do you guys do this? When I'm in Target, I'll see something, I'm like, let me check Amazon real quick. I just want to see what it costs on Amazon. Because if it's super expensive in both, well, either one, I'm going to buy it from the other one, if that makes sense. I need that book. Oh yeah, Chrissy, this is a really, really good book. I believe it and price everything there first. Exactly, right, Erica? That's our thing. And remember, we talked about this the other day, but since we're talking about Amazon, it relates. Remember, it took them 7 years to turn over a profit. And it was Q4 2001. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was. So, yes, Prime account, right? It's all about that Prime life. Who's got it? I got it. Prime life. Like, that's what it's about. Chrissy brings up an interesting one here. She uses eBay for her work and Amazon for personal. That is a page churner. Now that's our cliffhanger, because that's very interesting, Chrissy. I would like to know what's special about eBay. I have an idea of why, because of your work, but why do you choose eBay for work and Amazon for personal? I'm just curious, because that is an interesting one. I will say that I feel like eBay is like, and again, because I don't go to eBay. When I did, it was way back in the day. And so I actually haven't been on eBay, I don't even know in how many years. So I feel like it's kind of like, we talked about this, I think, only on my personal live, about Yelp, right? Which Erica, when are we going to have a guest appearance with you again, so we can talk about the Yelp versus Facebook local? Think about that. Okay, so Erica says she uses eBay a lot too, and we'll go there third. Amazon, Target, and eBay are Erica's. Okay, I see. Now, Erica, you're going to Target.com or you're going to the actual store? I'm guessing you mean .com, but I will say I go to the actual store because it's close, but Amazon is pretty much where I start and most of the time end my searches, because it's like, boom, done, right? So Amazon is our second one on the list. First is Google, second is Amazon. Now, I will also throw it out there that Amazon is a great resource for you to look up. Are you guys ready for this? Because this is like paid material right here. Part of it. Amazon, you can do so much with it, and so I'm not going to give you all the details. But what you can start doing, and you're already doing this, but you're probably not. You may not be in this mindset. Is again, look at the comments, which in this case, since it's Amazon, we call them what? Reviews. So look at the reviews, and that's all I'm going to tell you. I'm sure you can figure out the rest. But look at the reviews. So Amazon's number 2 on the list. Let's move it over to number 3. Can anybody guess what number 3 was? You probably saw a glimpse of it when I switched screens there. Number 3 on our list is going to be, dun, 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 if I can get my screen to turn over. There we go. Pinterest! Woo! How many of you guys use Pinterest? I will say that I'm on it, but I don't use it a whole lot. I pin things, and that's about it. So I know that I have a lot of opportunity for this. And Aaron, I know you're not here, but you'll be watching the replay. This, I think you had talked about Pinterest. I know a few other people have talked about Pinterest. So Pinterest is a big one. And there's just so much you can do here. So much where you can go for ever. I mean, you know, if you've ever been on Pinterest, you know that you can go down the Pinterest rabbit hole. And it's crazy. I have never been... What? Mickey, hold up. We got to have a face for that one. Ready? What? You've never been on Pinterest? Oh, I don't know if I should have showed you that then. I don't know if you should have seen that. No. Somebody go get Men in Black, and we need to do that little thing to Mickey, because Mickey, your life is over now. It's over. It's over. Don't even watch this part. Don't watch this part, because it will take so much time away from whatever you're doing. No, but really, when you go on Pinterest, we're going to look at it in a second, set a timer. It's one of those things that you really should set a timer, because there is just so much going on. And it's great, but it's one of those things that Pinterest can't do that one. I tried several times, hurts my OCD. Yeah, Erica, it is crazy, right? I use it, but I'm sure I'm not using it to its full potential. Oh, Paula, if you're even using it, you're a step ahead of most people, right? Including myself. So, because there's just so much you can do, and there's a lot going on. Yeah, Erica says, don't do it, Mickey. Though I know it's, yeah, exactly, yeah. So let me switch over to the screen so you can see it. I love, though, you guys, I really love, and I'm looking at the camera, but you can't see me, so that's funny. I really love the fact that I can still bring you something new. Like, it blows me away. You guys are awesome. I love it that you guys are actually commenting and sharing that with me, because it blows me away that I'm still able to bring just little nuggets here and there. And that goes to show you, the reason I explain that to you guys, is that goes to show you that no matter what you're doing and how you go about it, you can still show up and deliver that information to somebody, and it's going to be new for somebody for the first time. You know, we talked yesterday about owning an iPhone, right? How many people do you know that own an iPhone? Probably everyone and their mother. Except there's going to be one person that has never seen an iPhone, has never touched an iPhone, has heard about it but never really looked at one. Like, it's crazy, and it's awesome. It's so awesome. So just remember that whatever you're trying to share, just share it like it's the first time every time. That sounded really corny, but there's a hashtag EdTalkTV for you. Good point, Mickey. She said, I thought it was for artsy people, and I'm not artsy. That is a really good summary, I will say, of Pinterest. And then that goes back to why it's important to look at your website and what you're offering, right? And see what people's perspectives are. And then Christy says, what is it actually used for? So, you guys, I am no Pinterest expert, but I will tell you that Pinterest is pretty much like Google. It is a search engine. Even though Pinterest is categorized as a social media platform, it's a search engine. And it's why it's number 3 on our list. because it's like Google, it's like Amazon. There is a ton of stuff going on here. Let me just see. Mickey, it can be a great tool for reach and engagement. Yes, exactly, Erica. So let's take a quick look. If I were to type in, Mickey, give me a topic. Give me some kind of topic for you, and then I'll just pull something up here. Trending ideas. Look at trending ideas here. Obviously, you can see what I was looking here. Lemon recipes, because I was house sitting and there was tons of lemons, and there was rotisserie chicken. So there you go. But you have trending searches. So again, for content creation, this could be interesting. Meal prep for the week. Okay, I know Mickey's doing some meal prepping recently from her lives, so I'll do that. Education, thank you, Mickey. So here is meal prep. Now this is a ton of crap going on. I'm just going to say it because we all know it. Tons of stuff. And I mean, this can go on for days. But check it out. Up here, we said meal prep for the week. Well, look at all these options. Let's click on add on a budget. So now we have meal prep for the week on a budget. Well, look at that. And then you can save it. I mean, we won't go through the whole Pinterest thing. Maybe we'll do that as another episode. But basically, you can post things on here. You can save things from here. You can fill out whatever information you want on it. You can add your own photos. I mean, it's crazy what you can do with Pinterest. And there is so much that you can gain from being active on Pinterest. Again, just like any other social media platform, let me just see. Oh, snap, I posted my recipe to my DPD store. Yep, but I should have put it on Pinterest. Well, Mickey, if you're trying to sell your recipe, then no, you wouldn't put it on Pinterest. Well, I mean, not for what you want to do there, because Pinterest does have they rolled it out to everyone? I can't remember because it's been a while. But Pinterest does have a way that you can buy through the pins, but I can't remember if that's for everyone or if that's certain accounts still. So we'd have to look that up. Whitney, perfect. Okay, cool. I just saw your comment. Sorry. You can sell on Pinterest, which wasn't allowed originally. Yes. You can also have affiliate links on there too, which is nice because that wasn't there before too. So yes, perfect. Paula says I posted groupings of allergy. Perfect. You guys, when you are, and I might be updating mine later, but most of you guys probably don't know about my Pinterest here because I don't promote it, like a lot of things, right? But when you are on my Pinterest here and you see my boards, I guess it helps if I switch over my screen. Jeez, we are rocking and rolling today. So here's some of my live broadcasts. That's great. But you can see that I have other things going on. Some of these I haven't been updating in a while, which that's kind of a thing with Pinterest that kind of bugs me. There's room for improvement there. But, a big one that I normally work with a lot is WordPress tips, web design tips. You guys, most of you know that the only website theme that I recommend is Divi, not only because I'm an affiliate for them, but because they have as little or as much as you want to work with as possible. It's really just flexible. So I have a whole board for that. Anyway, I won't go through all this, but the point is that you can create these boards, and I use Pinterest kind of like my own personal online bookmarking system, not just for myself, but for you guys. And so then when somebody asks a question and they're not in the Check with Ed group, or, I mean, even if they are, but like, let's say that, we're not going to work one-on-one together or be part of one of the programs, I can send that as a free resource, right? So you can use Pinterest as kind of one of your freebies, right? You can use it so that way you can make these boards that are relevant to your business and then have something to at least send somebody. Because here's the thing. I've always been like this, whether it was in business, 9 to 5, or whatever. I always like to provide you with something. I know it's a shocker. I know. But it's one of those things. Thanks, Chrissy. It's one of those things that you have to understand, and I'm going to let you go in a second, but it's one of those things that you have to understand, like, when somebody comes to you, you may not offer the service that they're looking for. You may not offer, a resource directly for them. But what's going to make you stand out is if you can at least provide them with something, whether it's a referral, whether it's a quick, try typing in XYZ in Google, like whatever it is, whatever you can give them something. I've referred business to other people. Like I've had a client call one time, and it was a great call. It was something that I could totally do, but I knew I wasn't 100% up for that job. I knew that they were going to benefit more from working with so-and-so because they could really dive into the e-commerce that they were looking for, and it was going to be a better fit. And I was okay with referring them. And they loved that. At first they thought it was weird, right? Because like, who does that? But they loved it. And it made me stand out. It made them remember me for the next job. And they had a great connection with the person that I referred them to, who was also thankful, right? Like, it's this whole circle thing, right? So understand that that's what you want to do. That's what you want to be able to do. And really deliver. Just provide value. That's what it comes down to. The sales will come in time. Don't worry about them. Just know that they'll be there at some point. You just got to keep providing value. So anyway, thank you guys for showing up. If this is your first time, be sure to come back on Monday. We will be ready for you. If you want to become a guest on the show, head over to edtalktv.com after this and request to be a guest so I can get you on the show and we can hang out and you can share your knowledge with the world. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with our sponsor, which is Stupid Easy. Have a great night.